How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and Angry Cowboy fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Finally getting my voice back a little so I can bring y'all my raw and uncut about our Dallas Cowboys. And Angry Cowboys Fan family, it's been a rough couple days. After karaoke this past Thursday, I lost my voice. I've tried to go live on a couple people's lives, but as y'all can see, it was pretty rough. So I decided to take a few days off, drink some tea, and continue as soon as I could, today being the day. And I truly appreciate every single one of your patience with your man. And we're going to continue this Cowboys talk. So I was going through YouTube and I was looking for anything that stuck out to me as an important topic. And I stumbled across this morning's episode of First Take. But during this segment, they were asked if the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl window is closed. Damian Woody, Andrew Hawkins, Courtney Cronin, and Kevin Clark talked about a part of the Dallas Cowboys I have been saying is the issue as to why we continue to have the same fate at the end of every season for over 25 years. So we're going to take a listen to what they had to say, and then you know what we're going to do, Cowboys Nation. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to the first clip.
Being propped up by a Chili's baby back rib. They have a very, very small chance to make this happen, but it is now, absolutely.
Big Wood, the Super Bowl window is
Closed.
wow.
Slam shut.
Facade.
Ooh, a facade.
You've got four other teams in the NFC, 49ers, Lions, Green Bay Packers, and the Eagles that I would put ahead. I mean, the odds tell us what people think about the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl chances. They're fifth right now in the NFC. In all of this chaos that's going on around this team, deciding not to pay guys, deciding to control the market, or at least what they perceive that to be, what team have we seen have this much off-season drama? Outside of the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes, and of course last year with Chris Jones getting him paid, that whole thing, the receiving core, whatever. It's still Patrick Mahomes. That's the reason they win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You have this many distractions. You can't tell me you are a serious team doing serious business and it being a serious Super Bowl contender.
Andrew Hawkins said our Super Bowl window was held open by a Chili's baby back rib. Damn, Hawkins. Well, at least there's still a chance, right? The thing is, as much as people think it's up to the players in this organization to bring it a championship, it's up to the front office to usher in the ability for the coaches and the players to get that task done. This isn't Hollywood, Angry Cowboys fan family. Very few teams, if any, have won a championship in spite of their organization, and some are asking them to do that this upcoming year. Damian Woody feels our Super Bowl window is closed. Courtney Cronin believes that the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl window is a facade. The reason being that the talent that the coaches are given and the schemes that the players are given by said coaches, that ain't enough. I'll get more into that in my raw and uncut portion, so make sure you stick around for that. In the next clip, Damian Woody speaks about the pieces the Dallas Cowboys are missing, and Kevin Clark says a few things that nip the reason why the Dallas Cowboys have been without a championship in the bud. So we're going to take a listen to that and then come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Cowboys Nation, let's take a listen.
That's pretty strong, huh? That's pretty strong.
They're a lesser team than they were last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, listen, I could go, they got questions on the offensive line. Who's running the football? Mm-hmm. Who's the number two wide receiver? New defensive coordinator. Like, we always talk about continuity. Okay, they got a lot of fluid parts on that roster right now.
But that's something that feeds into what the Cowboys are and have been for a couple of decades, which is they draft and develop like a Super Bowl team. They do nothing else like a Super Bowl team. That's why they cannot get over the hump. There's a massive difference between making the playoffs and winning a playoff game. And typically the Cowboys are on the wrong side of that because they don't augment the roster, as Damian Woody said. They don't go out and get the best coaching. They don't handle their business. They're not able to get the extra guy or two because of how they manage the cap. They only do one thing like Super Bowl champions, and that's the reason they get lapped by all those NFC teams.
I've said this before, Cowboys Nation. The Dallas Cowboys is a development school. We will draft these players. We're very good in the draft, but we'll draft these players. They'll become dogs. And when it's time to pay them, we don't want to pay them. We'd rather send them to another team so they can be dogs for the other team instead of being dogs for the Dallas Cowboys. It's pretty cheap. See, even though the Cowboys lost players like Tyron Smith or Tyler Biadasz or Tony Pollard, that doesn't mean that those holes are any bigger today than they were last year. Cowboys Nation knew it was time to get rid of Tyron Smith. The organization knew this as well, hence why we drafted Tyler Smith. To keep it a buck, the center position needed to be upgraded, and we had a question if Tony Pollard could even handle the full load of an RB1. No, did he? So those questions were there last year, and those questions are there again this year. But what I want to discuss is what Kevin Clark said. So y'all ready for Mob Raw and Uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. This is why I say our team's issues are deeper than the players and the coaches on the Dallas Cowboys. It's buried deep within the foundation of this organization, a philosophy so deep-rooted it will be next to impossible to change. That philosophy is not about winning. It's about money. I know, Angry Cowboys fan family. This is what they do it for, right? The players play and they want to get paid. The coaches coach and they want to get paid for what they do, and it runs on up the ladder. Some teams hold a delicate balance when it comes to the desire to make money as well as the desire to win a championship. The Dallas Cowboys were that team back in the day in the 70s and the 90s. They're not that team now. There have been times where I and other people have said that Jerry and Stephen Jones are cheap. They're the type to watch a plane ticket's price fluctuate to see if it'll get any cheaper. They're not realizing that the plane's ticket price is only gonna go up. Every major contract is done at the last minute if they don't do it at all. They allowed their emerging tight end Dalton Schultz to go because they didn't want to pay him. They allowed Des Bryant to go because they didn't want to pay him. Tyron Smith, Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, Stephon Gilmore, and the list goes on, Cowboys Nation. Seems like the decision was made not because they were regressing as players, but because they were progressing and their value was increasing as well. Money. I spoke about how the Dallas Cowboys given talent to the coaches through the draft and expecting that talent to make it to a Super Bowl, not caring if the player has that Super Bowl caliber pedigree, that role player pedigree that lifts your stars even more. The better your stars get, the better the team around them gets as well. What happens when a player goes down? The Dallas Cowboys organization will find a player from the USFL before they even look at the free agency pool. What player gives us a better bang for the buck? That's what the Cowboys organization is thinking. But I'm a fond believer in you get what you pay for. If you want to pay the bare minimum for results, how do you expect to get the maximum results? We've spoken about the Dallas Cowboys organization being reactionary in their decision making. I'm actually seeing a lot of this today, Cowboys Nation, from different content creators. Yes, they go off reaction. They would rather have the town flood before they man the levees. They would want a house burning before they called the fire department. That way of thinking is why the Dallas Cowboys are where they are right now this offseason, waiting until the last minute to get the deal done with two of their top players. But now, the talking heads are putting more money on the price tag. Now it's north of $60 million, Cowboys Nation. Before it's over, they're going to have Jerry convinced that he'll have to pay Dak Prescott $70 million a year. The way they're treating CeeDee Lamb is truly disgusting. They should have never allowed him to get to training camp without being paid. The thing is, was it the team or was it CeeDee Lamb's agent wanting him to wait to see what the receivers got before he got his? Has it been Jerry Jones or has it been Dak Prescott's agent wanting to see what the quarterbacks would get? I don't know the answer to those questions. All I do know, it's about the money, Cowboys Nation. But it truly seems as if unity is another deep-rooted issue within the Dallas Cowboys organization. Nobody's moving as a unit. They're all moving as 53 individuals. We're told that these players are there for each other, but at the end of the day, it's all about the money. What I'm starting to realize that it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the NFL. A passion to sign is not about the men you're surrounded by and the opportunities you have to get the job done. It's not about getting the best players and putting together the best team. It truly feels as if what band of people I could put together to get a championship. It seems like loyalty is a thing of the past and it's all about the bag at the end of the day. Nowadays, players don't have a problem going to another team. Like Damian Woody said in a couple of times in this segment, players dream of hitting unrestricted free agency. Why? I figured players would dream of bringing their organization a championship and not stopping until that task is done. Not giving up until that task is done. If you're done before the task gets done, thank you for your contribution. Maybe I'm living in a fantasy world, Cowboys Nation, but I always thought the locker room was a brotherhood. Some locker rooms are. The Dallas Cowboys locker room, well, I don't know as much. Everybody's worried about getting mine and not getting ours. Everybody's worried about their immediate vicinity, their picket fence. What benefits me and not the team? I know, Angry Cowboys fans, there's no I in team. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is no I in team. There damn sure is a me, though. So until this entire organization gets together as a team, we will continue to do the same thing each and every year. Until our front office puts as much effort into the team as the team does to the front office and the coaching staff, we may never get to where we want to be. The thing is, it's only going to get worse when Stephen Jones takes over this organization. Unless there's a huge philosophy change, owners and players alike. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. My apologies for skipping a few days, but I had to get my voice a little bit better. I know you can still hear it, but that's par for the course. It is coming back. But what do y'all think about what I had to say? What do you think about the team's chances, their Super Bowl windows? Let's have an adult conversation in the comments section. If you're digging the content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on the video and share it with your friends who are Cowboys fans. If you are DC for life and wish that the front office would do some real soul searching before the start of the regular season, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I go live, release a video or a podcast episode. I'm not asking the players to take a pay cut or ask for less. By no means am I doing that, and I would never do that. I am asking the front office to pay these gentlemen their worth. If it's record-breaking, so be it. They've broken records for this organization on the field. Why not break some off-the-field records as well? This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.